Welcome to our presentation. Basics. My group consists of 4 members, which is Inoke, Charlie, and that is me, Emory, and Alice. Maps are simplified as visual representation of places on Earth. They help us see and understand location, features like land, water, cities, and routes. The purpose of this presentation is to introduce the basic parts of map, explain how maps are used, and help you understand why maps are still important in the digital age. Hook's question: if your phone battery died right now, could you still find a way using a map? Learning basic map skills gives you the power to explore the world even without technology. The points under this table of content will be discussed by my group members. The first one, which is what is map. The second one is the use of map. Third one, types of map, which is political, physical, road, and thematic maps. Fourth one, example of each of the map. Number 5, key elements of map. Now I give this time to Emory to elaborate more on the first point, which is what is map.
What is a map? So, map is a visual representation of an area. Map also shows features like land, water, cities, and roads. Map are also used for navigation, planning, and learning about the world map. So, moving on. Uses of maps. There are 4 uses of maps, and they are locating places. So, these are mostly used by tourists when coming to a new country. They would need a map so they can familiarize themselves to the area. And secondly, we have measuring distance. We can also use a map to measure the distance. Planning trips. Maps can also be used for planning trips or vacation. For example, locating which country or places you would like to have your trips on. And lastly, we have visualizing georeference data.
Bula, my name is Alice. Today I will elaborate more on the types of maps. To begin with, there are 4 types of maps. Firstly, political map. Political map shows countries, states, and cities. Secondly, physical map. Physical map highlights natural features like mountains, rivers, and lakes. Thirdly, a road map. Road map are useful for navigation and showing roads and routes. And lastly, thematic map. Thematic map focuses on specific data like population, language, or income. Political maps shows countries, states, and cities, all labeled with different colors. Also shows the border of each country, example, the border between Canada and United States. Physical maps. This map shows the natural features, including mountains, forests, and rivers of Ono Levu and Witu Levu. Road maps. The map shows different types of streets in Sambula area. Example, Kaka streets, Ratu and Ratumara road, example. Thematic maps. The map that shows the presidential election between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris, both representing different colors. Donald Trump representing the red, Kamala Harris representing blue. They are both fighting for president. Thank you.
Bulvinaka, my name is Enoch Vosa, and today I'm going to be sharing with you what I've learned about the theme map basics. And the 2 points that I'll be discussing today will be the key elements of a map and the example of each key element. So to start off, there are 4 key elements of a map, and they are grid lines. So the grid line shows the latitude and longitude and helps find the exact location on Earth. Secondly, we have the compass rose, which shows directions like north, south, east, and west. And thirdly, we have key and legends. This explains what the symbols mean. And lastly, scales. So scale shows the distance. Example, 1 inch on a map is equals to 100 miles on real life. Moving on. And now I'll be explaining each example of the key elements. And to start off, we have grid lines. So grid lines shows the longitude and latitude. Grid lines are important on a map, for they help in measurement of distance, assist in location findings, and aid in the comprehension of spatial relationship. So spatial relationship is the relationship between two places on space. Are they on the north arrow? How far are the two places located? And the distance between the two places. And also grid lines turn the flat map into a representation of the three-dimensional world of ours, as shown on your right, and act as a coordinate system. Without grid lines, map would be less helpful for communication, analysis, as well as navigation. Compass rose. So the function of a compass rose is to accurately show direction. It is an essential tool for navigation, offering direction and enabling travelers to ascertain their position and navigate successfully. So compass roses are mostly used by sailors to help them locate the north point. Keys. A key or legend is a crucial component of any map, as it provides a clear understanding of the symbols and markings used to represent various features on a map. So an example of a legend and keys are given, the picture given. And for this example, we have an interstate highway, state highway, local roads with the symbols given. And this helps us locate places on a map. And lastly, we have scales. The map scales denotes the relationship or ratio between a map's distance and the actual distance on the ground. For instance, 1 centimeter on a map at a ratio of 1:100,000 scales represents 1 kilometer on the earth. An example of scales is the picture given, which shows the Pacific Ocean, and the reference of the website where I got the picture from. Now I'll be ending this group presentation by summarizing the whole points. So maps are visual tools that represent areas and helps us understand geography. There are different types of maps that were discussed by Alessi, which are physical, political, roads, and thematic maps. Every map includes key elements like title, legend, key, compass rose, scales, and grid lines. The scale shows how map distance relate to real-world distance. A compass rose indicates direction to help with orientation. Latitude and longitude form a grid system to locate exact positions on Earth. Map symbols use pictures to represent features like mountains, water, and cities. And lastly, maps are essential for navigation, planning, and understanding geographic information. Now, I would like to give this time to thank my group members for putting in the hard work to create this presentation. Naka.